Narcissists are the most abusive, manipulative, and exploitative human beings. Can we even call them human, considering they are cruel toward other people? Due to their superiority complex, self-centeredness, opportunistic character, and self-entitlement, they tend to take advantage of others to satisfy their hedonistic needs and achieve their selfish goals. They constantly look for prey to victimize because that is their primary goal in life: to survive. I will show you the 10 abuse tactics used by narcissists on their victims. Number 1. Gaslighting. Gaslighting is the narcissist's most common abuse tactic, wherein they deny their victim's perception of reality. In addition, it aims to confuse the target and makes them feel crazy and less worthy of a person. For instance, the victim confronts their abuser to talk about their past transgression against them. It is where gaslighting takes place. Narcissists will play brainwashing tactics on the victim's mind, saying, "I never did that to you. How come I did not remember that event? You might be making up stories in your head. Please stop being paranoid." Narcissists will reject their victim's recollection of memory, as it is easier than making an apology. Number 2. Smearing campaigns. Smearing campaigns is another classic abuse tactic used by narcissists to ruin the image of their victims. They will spread rumors and negative propaganda about their targets to promote hate against them. Narcissists commonly do this tactic when they perceive a person may pose a threat to their filtered reputation. In addition, they also employ smearing campaigns on people whom they regard as their competitors or rivals or someone who damaged their inflated egos. This tactic is the narcissist's defense mechanism to protect their image and save face from all the issues thrown at them. Number 3. Deflection. Deflection is another defense mechanism employed by narcissists on their victims to escape from their mistakes. For instance, the victim reaches out to talk to their abuser about the unpleasant behaviors they have been displaying towards them. The narcissist will turn the situation around by slowly shifting the topic. They will find fault in their victim to make them the highlight of the discussion instead of them. They will argue that their victims committed heavier mistakes than they did. Narcissists are skillful in driving in the conversation around to their advantage. They will make their victims feel guilty for calling them out. Deflection is the narcissist's mode of verbal attack to cover up for their faults and inequities. Number 4. Triangulation. Triangulation is a tactic commonly employed by narcissists on their romantic partners. When narcissists are not satisfied with their lover's efforts, they will bring up their ex-partners in the relationship to make their current partners feel jealous. They'll compare their present partner to their previous ones to make them feel small. As a result, the victim will feel that they are not worthy and deserving to become the narcissist's partner in life due to their unfair comparison. Narcissists can also employ triangulation on their families, friends, colleagues, and bosses. The gist of triangulation is bringing a third-party person who is not directly involved in a specific issue to create confusion and chaos, making the situation worse. Number 5. Exploitation. Narcissists are notoriously known for their opportunistic and exploitative nature. They will take advantage of other people to satisfy their wants and needs. Narcissists usually prey on generous or selfless individuals because they know they have challenges in saying no to other people's requests due to their people-pleasing characters. They will make them a source of their narcissistic supply by consuming all of their generosity and kindness. The worst part is that narcissists don't even bother showing some gratitude for the good things they received from their victims. That is how ungrateful narcissists are. Narcissists will never pay you back for all the help you offer to them. Number 6. Pseudo-empathy. Pseudo-empathy is a tactic employed by narcissists to resemble empathetic feelings towards their victims but with hidden agendas attached to them. For instance, the victim opens up to their abusers about their problems. The narcissist will initially relate to the hardship experienced by their victims but make a follow-up statement to invalidate their emotions, saying, "I understand how hard it is to be in your situation, because I have gone through all these trials. However, the way I see it, my previous problems were heavier than yours, but I managed to overcome them. Don't you think you should not be complaining about your struggles because other people like me faced far more difficult trials than you have now?" The narcissist's purpose here is to send mixed signals to their victims by giving them false empathy. However, their ultimate goal is to boost their inflated egos and make their victims feel small. Number 7. Victim blaming. Narcissists create a delusional sense of self-perfection. Thus, they think they are always right. They employ victim-blaming tactics on their victims to evade their punishments. When they mess up, their forefingers are always ready to point at someone else to make them their scapegoats. Narcissists will never take responsibility for the consequences of their actions. It only shows how immature and cowardly they are. They blame others because they think it is easier compared to admitting their mistakes, as it would mean they would have to face their penalties by undergoing some disciplinary actions. Narcissists hate getting subjected to discipline because they do not want someone to restrict their movements, as they are over-entitled to their liberty rights. Number 8. Trauma bonding. Trauma bonding is a psychological response to abuse. It happens when the victim develops an unhelpful attachment with the abuser. As a result of repeated cycles of violence and remorse, the victim can develop sympathetic feelings toward the abuser. One form of trauma bonding is Stockholm Syndrome. Narcissists strive to create a trauma bond between them and their victims. It would be easier to control their victims when they get emotionally and psychologically attached to them. Upon establishing the trauma bond, narcissists can effortlessly manipulate, gaslight, and exploit their victims. Number 9. Hoovering tactics. Hoovering is a tactic commonly employed by narcissists to win back the heart of their lovers after subjecting them to narcissistic abuse. It is usually associated with love-bombing strategies that include making over-dramatic apologies, sending luxurious gifts, blurting fake promises to change for the better, and the like. In addition, narcissists will shower their victims with undivided attention and words of affirmation to make their hearts flutter. The intention of narcissists in trying to get their victims back is not to make up for their mistakes, as they lack a feeling of remorse. Instead, narcissists will reiterate the victimization process once their lovers fall victim to their traps. Number 10. Passive aggression. Narcissists often exhibit passive-aggressive behaviors toward their victims instead of directly attacking them. Passive aggression stems from feelings of anger, sadness, and disappointment that manifest in undesirable behaviors including procrastination, sarcasm, silent treatment, rebellious character, and the like. When narcissists get offended by others, they will show passive-aggressive behaviors toward them by being harsh to them. In addition, their passive aggression can take form of ghosting, canceling plans at the last minute, and intentionally excluding you from important events. Now that you already have a glimpse of the narcissist's manipulative and exploitative schemes, you should be able to build immunity against narcissistic abuse. Avoid becoming a victim of narcissists by being vigilant around them. Strengthen your core identity and start setting up your healthy boundaries. If you are a generous person, limit your kindness, especially to advantage takers like narcissists. That way, it will be difficult for narcissists to intrude on your private life. Getting subjected to these 10 abuse tactics is never easy because they can cause mental illnesses on the part of the victims, including anxiety, depression, obsessive-compulsive disorder, schizophrenia, and other psychoses. In addition, narcissistic abuse can also cause physical illnesses as a manifestation of mental illnesses. Victims can gain or lose too much weight, which can cause them to be obese, diabetic, or anorexic. Thus, the risk of heart disease is high. If you are a victim of narcissistic abuse, I hope and pray that you will survive. And please take your time in your healing process. Just keep moving forward until your hideous past is far behind you. Trust me that better days are coming for you.